Welcome back to Level Up Your Life with Money Mel, the podcast. I'm your host, Melanie. And in 2021, I said, fuck corporate, a 9-to-5 girly turned serial entrepreneur, a digital nomad. I made 6 figures in my first year as my own boss. It wasn't all wins and rainbows. Here, we get real as hell about the highs, the lows, and the straight up chaos of owning your own business. We're talking mental health, leveling up, and the shit no one wants to talk about. If you're ready for the unfiltered truth, you're in the right place. Let's get into it. So today I wanted to bring the 3 things that I learned my first year in business, and hopefully this can help, whether it is motivating you, inspiring you, or giving you a hand in the journey that you're already on. I'm just going to talk to you guys and be 100% real about the first 3 things and the most important things, the biggest takeaways that I have been through as a business owner throughout my first year. Now, this goes for whether you're a content creator, whether you are a service-based business, whether, you are an agency owner, anything of the sort. This applies to everybody. So if you are somebody who in any way, shape, or form making money outside of working for somebody else, whether it's a side hustle or not, goes for you. And these are some really, really pivotal moments that I've had to go through in my life. And it wasn't pretty. It was not pretty, but here we are. The first thing and the biggest lesson that even to this day I am still working on is business is not personal. You are not the business. Even if it is you as a brand on content creation, on social media, UGC, whatever it is that you do, even if that is the case and you technically are your brand, you are not the business. The business is not you. Right? So you have to kind of take a step outside of yourself. Put your thoughts in the mindset of your consumer, whether that is a product, whether that is a service, whether that is content that they are consuming. This means that even if you are selling yourself, right? We are all a persona that is online. Everybody sees what they see on the screen, but they don't see who we are when we're off the screen. If your lifestyle is something that you are selling as a brand, you are not the brand. I'm going to speak a lot about imposter syndrome when it comes to owning a business in general. Again, whatever type of business it is, something that you have to remember, you are not the business. So when you don't meet deadlines, or you meet the deadlines, or your bank account is in the negative, or it's in the positive, or you're not getting views on a specific script, or you're going viral, you are not the business, okay? You cannot allow your own emotions, your own thoughts to be tailored by, manipulated by, guided by your wins and your failures. It's just not healthy, especially as a service-based business. It's really, really easy to confuse the fact that, okay, people are coming to me because they want help with their credit. They're coming to me because they trust me. However, again, I am not the one who is operating on a daily basis. I don't work for the credit bureaus. I am not the printer. I am not the invoice payment processor. I am not the computer software. I am me, Melanie. It's okay that I clock out. It's okay that I enjoy dinner. It's okay that I don't respond to a client at 8:00 at night. It's okay that I wake up and I walk my dogs and I don't hop on my computer. It's okay if the script that I've written for a video is not getting any views. It's okay that I've gone viral once or twice. And there are just so many ways that I can put this, but you have to understand and you have to learn how to digest that, again, it is not 100% solely on you, okay? There are operations, there is a team that you may or may not have, there's virtual assistants, there's agencies, you might have a manager. You are not the business, you are not the product. Now, of course, your integrity will stand behind the product or the service or the content, but you do have to remember, you are only human, right? You can't be on go, go, go mode all the time. You are not the business. Do not take any type of complaints or dissatisfaction, whether it's internal dialogue or external dialogue, to heart. You are doing your best. Going on to the second point. Now, this is something that I've always believed in, especially with business, but more so now that I have an actual business that generates, income, that that has customer service, sales reps, etc., you really, really, really have to be delulu when it comes to what sales that you make, how much income you're going to make. The reason being is we are not raised, if we don't make that kind of money, to believe that it's possible for an everyday person to make that kind of money, right? Every day by definition of however you were raised. However, whatever was normal, any type of income that was normalized in your upbringing is kind of the limiting belief and the cap of where you think your funds are going to go, right? There are people online, and I'm telling you this from the bottom of my heart, that have nothing, that have no one, not a roof over their head, that end up making tons and tons and tons and tons of money online because they are consistent with posting, or because one single video that they posted has caught the eye of millions, of thousands, whatever it is. So lesson number 2 to me is understanding that the sky is really the limit. You can be going slow, just like I was. For a couple of months, I was posting every day on TikTok, and I was getting like 60 views, 80 views, maybe less than 100 views for months, you guys, for months. And then one night I was fed up with not having sales, with not having income, with not having much to do throughout my day and not wanting to go work for somebody else. And I remember I was sleeping on my mom's couch at that time, and I got so fed up with myself that I did my makeup, I went in her car, I drove around, and I filmed these videos in the late afternoon, early evening. I posted a couple of them on TikTok all at the same time. One of them, I went to go take a nap on the couch. One of them literally went viral within minutes. I will never forget, my mom woke me up in a panic, and I thought something was wrong, and she was telling me that I was getting so many notifications on my phone, and overnight I had over 1 million views. Furthermore, to date, I have almost 7 million views on that video. And that is the video that literally changed my life and brought me so much fucking income, you guys. I believe I made $40,000 that month. And that is just what opened my third eye, all the chakras, whatever it was, knocked down my limiting beliefs, whatever it is that you believe in. I need you to understand that the sky is literally the limit. There is nobody that can tell you that you're only going to make $10,000 this month. There's nobody that can tell you that $5,000 is a great day. You can make $50,000 in a couple of seconds. People do it all the time. Are there strategies to do that? Yes. Is some of it luck? Yes. Is some of it what type of service you're offering, what type of product you're offering, what's your marketing like? Absolutely. But it can happen to anybody. I made that video on an old iPhone in mom's old Kia. and that video literally changed my life. I didn't have $1 to my name, a roof over my head that I was providing, or a vehicle at that time. So it is something, and my life is very, very different now. It is something that it's not necessarily 100% by luck or by chance. You have to be actively putting in the work. And if you're not putting in the work, the limit is where you stop putting in the work. But if you're putting in the work, then the sky is the limit. Just like with this podcast, there's not a single soul that even knows I have a podcast right now. I guarantee you, because I'm going to be consistent with this, by mid 2025, I will have hundreds of thousands of subscribers and tens of thousands of reviews. Mark my words. The next and final biggest lesson that I learned is it really does take isolation to level up. I don't care what type of business you're in, if you're making digital products, if you're building a website, if you're doing e-com, if you're doing content creation, if you're ready to take your YouTube seriously, if you're ready to monetize your content, if you are selling a service, if you're designing a product, if you're coming up with artwork, you have to be focused, okay? You have to be hyper focused in order to achieve your goals. You cannot be lollygagging around life with your eyes shut and just expecting great things to come. You have to make sacrifices. You have to skip out on the trips. There were so many times where I either could not hang out with my family, or if I was hanging out with them, I was literally on my laptop the entire time. And that's obviously, I'm so lucky that I was able to do that, but that's a sacrifice that you would have to make. There were so many nights that I did not sleep because I was too busy putting in the work for the service that I was providing, which is, again, a blessing, but it's a sacrifice. I could not go out on the weekends because if I had to get ready between 5 and 7 and then leave at 7, get to somebody's house at 7:30, we were pre-gaming, we were eating, and then we were going out to eat. All of those hours are lost from my business. When you have a business, you guys, you start to translate time to currency. time to currency, right? I can't spend 5 hours in the club spending money. I can spend 5 hours inside closing sales. That's for damn sure. Coming up with content ideas so that I can make sales and generate views and income and leads to my business. Really, really do have to close the world out. Put your head down and you have to hustle. And that is the only way, in my opinion, unless it is something that is handed to you, for lack of a better word. It is something that you are going to have to do in your first year of business. Every single day, you're going to hit a new challenge. Every single day, there's going to be a new opportunity. Every single day, you're going to find a piece of your system and processes that can be upgraded, that needs to go, that can be changed. Whatever it is, you'll find that things are no longer serving you. There are different methods and ways and strategies to get things done, to be more efficient. There is so much to learn in that first year, and it's going to be an ever-changing cycle. So it is super important that you grant yourself the time, the commitment, the energy that your business deserves, right? And the more business, the busier the business, the better for your income, for your life, for your brand, for your business, your company. Isolation is what's going to get you there. You cannot treat your business like a side hustle the first year, because you have no idea what your potential is, and you have no idea what sales, what views, what eyes you could be losing out on. There are so many people on social media, and this will be a whole other episode, that by chance catch the eyes of a big investor, a big brand, a big company, a big deal, a big client, just because they are actually putting in the work and putting themselves out there. You can't just say, I own a marketing agency, and post 10 little infographics on Instagram. That's not how it works. People have to know you to trust you. They have to see the results. They have to see your systems and processes. They have to know that it's something that's automated, generated. I would say those are the three biggest lessons that I learned. There are definitely a fuck ton of them. I'll tell you that. I will take out my scroll in a whole other podcast. But I do know that those three resonate with other entrepreneurs. It's something that I've spoken about plenty of times with other people in my network. So if you feel like you're struggling, if you feel like you're underwater, if you feel like you're doing all of these things, you're isolated, you have limiting beliefs, you can't make more than $5,000, you feel like you're isolating, you have no life, you feel like there's no purpose in your life other than sitting on your laptop all day. You feel like you have limiting beliefs, or you are telling yourself that you can't and won't make more than $1,000 extra a month in this gig. You can't separate yourself, and you take everything personal, and you feel like you're not good enough because your videos aren't getting views. I want you to sit with this and understand that you are doing the best you can, and the best is yet to come. Thank you guys for listening to this podcast. I will definitely try to keep these episodes short and to the point, and we have some guests on the show. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll catch you next time.